you could add on Flinders Ranges, Murray River, Eyre Peninsula, etc.
So if a traveller from the UK had plenty of time to visit South Australia and wanted to see everything properly, you just kind of what you just described plus the little add-ons that you put at the end, or would there be a more complicated itinerary?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many options. Certainly, you can use Adelaide as a base and do sort of 3 or 4 day trips from there. You might be driving from Melbourne up to Adelaide, and you could take in Kangaroo Island en route, then head into the Barossa, up to the Clare Valley, Flinders Ranges, and back to Adelaide. And then Port Lincoln would be a flight across from Adelaide, but lots of different ways you can break it down and put it into different itineraries. And again, if you go onto a website, you can actually order a brochure there, which does have some suggested itineraries, which just break it down a bit and make it a little bit easier to digest, because there's so many things to see. Obviously, it can be quite difficult choosing which ones to do and see first.
Well, I've made plenty of notes, and I've got big ticks next to cider, sharks, emus and stars, so it's something I want to go to, and the sea lions as well. So thank you for your time, but before you go, can you just remind us of your website, please?
Sure, it's www.southaustralia.com.
Okay, great. Thanks, Amy. Thank you for your time.
Seclo Sounds is based at the Old Rectory, the home of our studio partner Interaction MK. They've been bringing arts to life in Milton Keynes for over 35 years. They use the arts to improve the life chances of disabled people and others in challenging circumstances through shared creative activity. These programs help participants to develop creative, personal and social skills. You can visit them at www.interactionmk.org.uk.
And now, travel news. Some of my travel news is coming from my work experience I've been doing this week. I know I'm getting on a bit, and I may be a bit old for work experience, but I'm retraining to be a journalist because I've had so much fun doing all these shows over the last 2 and a bit years. So I'm learning how to do it properly. You never know, one day you might be listening to a professional travel show, but that's not going to happen in the near future. But anyway, I've been writing for a travel technology website, so a lot of the stuff I've been doing over the last week probably isn't relevant to any of you whatsoever, because it's all about technology and travel, which is only of interest if you're actually running a travel company and you're going to be paying for the stuff. But nevertheless, I thought I'd share 1 or 2 which may help you as a passenger. So let's see if I can get through this first one I've written. And the UATP has come up with a way to accept Bitcoin payment for airlines. The UATP is a low-cost payment network, and it's privately owned by some of the airlines in the world. And they've teamed up with Bitnet as a processing partner to allow Bitcoins. So this will allow UATP to offer its network of over 260 airlines the ability to accept Bitcoin payments in a simplified manner. The UATP President and Chief Executive, Ralph Kaiser, said, "We are happy to be partnering with Bitnet to add Bitcoin to our payment platform. We're always looking for skilled partners to bring additional forms of payment to the UATP processing platform, and Bitnet fits the bill well." Bitnet Vice President Alif Khan said, "Partnering with the UATP was an obvious choice for Bitnet. Our partnership will make it easier for UATP member airlines to accept payments in Bitcoin via lightweight integration that avoids impact to downstream systems and leverages existing UATP reporting and refund interfaces." Do you know, it's a lot better when you see it on the page than you do when you try and read it out. So if you use Bitcoin, which I don't, you might be able to buy your flights with it in the near future, as long as the airline you're talking to or booking a flight with is a member of the UATP. See, I said that a lot of the stuff I've been writing about in the last week and my work experience probably isn't that interesting. This will be the last travel technology news I'm going to share this week from my work experience at Travel Weekly and Travolution. JetBlue, an American airline, will use eGate's new Near-Field Communication (NFC) enabled TS products to offer customers the ability to make purchases using Apple Pay. Basically, if you the smartphones, they have NFC capabilities, you can use them to make payments just like you could an Oyster card or the your debit cards. Now you can just wave in front of the machine and it accepts the payment. This is a similar thing. JetBlue Director Customer Experience Delivery, Christopher McCloskey, said, by placing thoughtful new technology in the hands of our crew members, we can free them up to offer a more personalised experience to our customers. A very successful partnership with eGate has helped us to deliver this implementation very quickly, making JetBlue the first to accept Apple Pay in the air. I don't know about you, if you made on-board purchases and it's cash only, you never have the cash, or it's very expensive to use your credit or debit card. This could be the way forward. As eGate's first NFC customer, JetBlue is launching its new mobile payment program in 2015 and will provide its 3,500 in-flight crew members with iPad mini tablets equipped with the eGate software and NFC-enabled peripheral devices. So, do you use NFC on your mobile phone to do stuff? I mean, if you go to Luton Airport, you can use your phone to make comments by using an NFC. I haven't used it myself, but anyway, if you're flying with JetBlue later in the year, you might be able to buy a can of Coke just by waving your phone around. Okay, let's get this out of the way. We know that I'm the world's worst travel show presenter when it comes to pronouncing towns, cities, places, people's names. So let's just say that this story is about the capital of Sicily. And then you can work it out if I'm pronouncing the place name correctly when you fancy going there yourself. But anyway, Ryanair has been forced to change its description of Palermo after protests from local officials that I saw on the BBC website. Ryanair's city guide to Palermo describes the capital of Sicily as a forgotten treasure, but city officials objected to what followed, which was, dominated for many years by the mafia and poverty, the city has reclaimed a place amongst European cultural cities. Italian daily newspaper La Repubblica reported that this description provoked complaints from a Palermo council member and the boss of the city's airport. And if you're an airline, you don't want to upset the airport's boss. Ryanair apologised and said that the content was provided by a third party and said that this detail escaped an internal check. They also went on to say that the description obviously doesn't reflect the airline's thought about the city. The website now describes the city as intoxicating, lively and energetic. However, not everybody had a problem with the original content. The website Live Palermo said that the low-cost airline had made a clear distinction between the past and the present and added that the city cannot erase its history. Is there anything you've seen on a travel description that's tickled you, such as dominated by the mafia in this case? Where was it? What made you giggle or what upset you? Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show, and let us all know about it. And that's the end of this week's travel news. You're listening to the John Guinn Travel Show on seclosounds.org. Well, that's the end of another edition of the John Guinn Travel Show. Right at the very beginning, we heard from backpacker Becki. There, I've done it. I've pronounced it correctly, but I'm not going to try again. Talking about her travel blog and why she does it. As I mentioned earlier, if you're a travel blogger, let me know. Get you on the show so we can share your blog with more people. Or perhaps there's a blog you enjoy reading. Let me know about that too, and I can try and get the blogger on as well. Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show to contact the show. Also, South Australia, if you're a cricket fan, well, what you're doing supporting England anyway for a start, because they don't know how to play cricket. But if you might be watching the Cricket World Cup and you think about popping over, well, now you know a little bit more about South Australia, and you could be probably tempted to go there, because I know I am. But I always say that about destinations. It's because I'm talking to people who are passionate about the place, and I always get infected and I always want to go. So hopefully the guests I've had on the show over the last few years have encouraged one or two of you to go and visit the places. I still haven't got very far with my days out in the southeast of England yet. People don't seem to be this keen at the minute, which is a shame with half term coming up. But never mind, I will keep going. I won't give up. I will have some days out on the show, or my name's not whatever it is. For me, the next week I'm still doing work experience at the travel magazine and website, so I'm learning more about how to be a journalist. So that's going to be fun for me. I hope you're going to have a good week too, and you can join me next time on The Travel Show with John Guinn on setclosesounds.org, where each week I'm checking it out before you check in.
MK Pulse proudly sponsors Seclo Sounds. MK Pulse is Milton Keynes' local magazine, bringing helpful information on food, health, fashion, money, travel, culture and much more to 84,000 people every month. Plus news, views and what's on from around the city. If it's happening in Milton Keynes, it's in MK Pulse and it's available online at www.mkpulse.co.uk. MK Pulse and Seklo Sounds, the heart and soul of the city.